Hi, I'm Ken Butel from the Technical Service Department. We're going to go over how to change drive sockets on a few of our different machines. We're going to start off with the VitaPrep 3. So the first thing I want to do is remove the centering pad. And we want to try to get exposed to this set screw in the back. Now, for ease of production here, we've removed the silicone out of here. Normally the silicone might be a little bit difficult to get through. And I also have to line up where that set screw's at. So I'm looking for this Vitamix logo, trying to find this arrow. And now that I'm into the set screw, I'm just going to turn it a couple turns, and I'm going to go ahead and take that drive socket off of there. Now, what I do want to mention is sometimes if the drive socket is cracked or it's been in use for a while, it's going to be a little tight, won't come off quite so easy. So if you have one of these Vitamix retainer nut wrenches, what you can do is on the back side, this little scalloped piece, you can put that in underneath the drive socket and use it to kind of pry up a little bit, go around a couple corners, and if it's, again, tight, it'll come off much easier. The next thing you want to do once the drive socket's been removed, particularly if it's cracked, is you want to check this motor shaft out. Make sure the motor shaft is in good shape, still it's nice and square, not rounded, and you really want to be careful to make sure there's no debris or plastic that got stuck down in there. Sometimes it'll fall off of here, so you want to, again, kind of shake things out, make sure it's nice and clean before you put the new drive socket on. So we'll take the new drive socket, and again, we can see where the set screw's at. Go ahead and put that on the motor shaft. I'm going to turn that till it lines up, put the Allen wrench in, and I'm going to go ahead and tighten it up till it's tight. And then what I want to do is back it off about a quarter or half a turn, and I want to really make sure that this has got a nice audible pop to it, and then it floats up and down a little bit. And then I'm going to take some food grade silicone, just put a dab in that hole. What we're trying to do is, again, keep the liquids out. Put your centering pad back on. Should be ready to go back in production. Next, we're going to change the drive socket on the quiet one. First thing we want to do is remove the sound cover and the container. Next, we're going to go ahead and take the centering pad off. And the quiet one has a little different blocking method. Instead of having silicone, there's a small plug. We can remove that small plug, and we do get an extra one in our new kit in case we lose it. Again, what we want to do is we want to find that Vitamix logo, try to find that arrow, and that set screw will be right there. We'll reach through that hole, and we're going to loosen it just about 2 turns. If you loosen it too many turns, sometimes you can actually get it stuck in that hole, so we want to be careful not to do that. If we have the retainer nut wrench, sometimes it's a good idea to use it to help to pry it off a couple corners. And we can get that out of our way. Take the bad one off. And again, we want to take a look at this motor shaft and make sure this motor shaft hasn't been damaged. We want to make sure it's not rounded real bad and that there's no debris down inside. Again, it's not a bad idea just to kind of shake it down to make sure that that's out of the way. So we'll take our new drive socket now. Push it down on there. Take our Allen wrench. Again, finding the set screw. We're going to tighten it up, back it off about a quarter turn, make sure we've got that nice floating Vitamix pop there. And then we're going to take that small plug and stick it back in the hole. Make sure it's tight. Put the centering pad back on. Put our other components back on. We're ready to go into production. The last machine we're going to talk about is our Excel machine. This drive socket is different than the other models we've been talking about previously, in that the drive socket does not have a metal insert in it, and it's a much larger hole because the motor shaft is larger as well. We also do not need any silicone, and we don't need the little black plug. However, to get this drive socket off, we have to pull up the centering pad so that we can see the set screw. We're going to put the wrench in and turn it about 2 turns and pull it off. And again, if it's difficult to get off, we can use the back side of our retainer nut wrench to assist us a little bit to pry that off of there. This is a good time to take a look at your centering pad, make sure it's clean, doesn't have any problems. We can also look down inside, make sure the motor shaft is nice and clean and square. If there's any debris in there, it's a good time to clean it out. To put it back together, again, we're going to put the centering pad on. So now we're going to line it up with the motor shaft, put it on, lift up the centering pad, tighten the set screw, back it off about a quarter of a turn, We're going to look for that nice audible pop. Make sure it's on tight. This machine is ready to go back in production. If there's anything I haven't covered in this video that you have questions about, please feel free to call our Vitamix technical support line and they'll be happy to assist you.